made it down to the beautiful Copper River Valley. Eric and I are excited to be here. We didn't know if we were going to be able to take this trip, but we are here and grateful to be able to do it. We are down here dip netting or harvesting salmon. This is our 4th year coming down here, 2 of which have been successful, and we hope to have another successful trip this time. When we first get here, we really like to just go at it and get our fish and then kind of explore the area. The plan was actually to do the opposite today, but it's a little bit windy, so we got lucky and we picked out an awesome campsite. We're gonna get all set up and then we'll figure out when we're gonna do our fishing.
Gotta get the dogs tied up so we can unload. Bandit decided to take off after a fox this morning at our house, so he's on the cable from now on. We brought the 6-wheeler again this year. She's running good. We have our dip nets. We bought 2 this year. These are both our 3-foot nets. We brought 2 big ice chests, and we brought a tent this year. Just get it in the hook.
Should it go under those or over them? So I'm pretty sure the last time Eric and I took these out was when we tried to go moose hunting and our trailer, our little rat pack trailer, kept flipping and it got drug in the mud and completely full with water and mud. Remember that?
Yep, that's my 30. Hey, this ain't half bad.
There's one more for you, man.
What bubbles we have?
Yeah, all their clothes.
Home sweet home for the next couple days. Looking to be a couple of good days weather-wise, so I think it's going to be about 75 today and about 68 tomorrow. There is wind. There's always wind here. We're staking down the tent because we don't want to come back and have it be on the other side of the road.
The wind has surely kicked up and we have appropriately changed our outfits. We're ready to head into the canyon. Eric and I don't think we mentioned it before, we are in Chitina, Alaska, so that's the little community here. This is the Copper River. The trail it's a few miles long. I think it's close to 8 miles long, and I don't quite know where we're gonna be fishing. I don't quite know how good the fishing's gonna be. So the plan is we're dressed warm in case we're out there all night. We're taking Bandit with us, and this time we're leaving Bo back at camp. I think he will have a lot more fun snoozing. We're gonna hop on the side-by-side and go see if we can get some fish. Ready?
He stands there and whines.
It is so windy.
Okay, we got the trailer. Look at this thing.
Ready to hit the old dusty trail.
It's windy. Hope you brought your kite. Why is it always so windy here? We made it down the hill, we got our iced coffee, and it is even windier down here. So we're at O'Brien Creek. There's usually a big beach right here. You can go out there and you can dip net, but the warm weather we're having has caused a lot of snow melt, and this river is the highest we've ever seen it. I'm sure it's been higher, but we've never seen it like this. It is rushing, it's rapid, and we're gonna go in. Let's see what we can do. Let's hit the bridge.
Oh my gosh, there's like logs floating down.
Jeez, this is steep. I better low gear. Yeah, this is a steep one.
It's gotten up here, it seems like. could try it by yourself real quick with the net.
I can go stick the net in there for a couple minutes, see what happens. What do you think? Not a lot of action out here. We haven't seen too many folks, but we found a spot that looks pretty good. And a lot of times when we come here, we'll be on kind of a cliff. This one is more like a, well, it's still pretty steep, but it's not that bad. So I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna check it, and we're gonna see if I can get a fish in the net real quick.
You could catch like a huge fish though.
Well, yeah, no.
Oh, look at that sandy beach over across the way. That's a nice spot. It's a little less windy in the canyon. Unfortunately, we forgot something back at camp. So Eric went back, he unhooked the trailer. I'm hanging out with Bandit. He said that that spot was a no-go. He didn't like it. He didn't catch fish within the first few minutes. So I think we're gonna head down a little bit deeper where the river is a little bit thinner and the fish are kind of like have to go through that smaller area, and it increases your chances of getting fish.
Extremely dusty.
I can tell.
Okay, I made it. It's really dusty.
You did it in...
Oh my gosh, I can't see.
I looked back at our time, it took us half an hour. So you probably did it in 20 and 20.
No, it took us longer than half an hour. Had to have. Spot number 2, we're gonna give this spot a go. We fished here 2 years ago and did really well, but the water down there is so high. It is just crazy. So I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna bring the rope and stuff like that. It's a pretty steep, slippery bank. I'm gonna rope off and we'll see if we can get some fish.
Well, you're gonna lose your hat, man.
No, I got it backwards. It doesn't fall off when you got it backwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was unaware of that.
You learn something if you ride with me. More than sufficient.
Tie off at that middle spot. Okay.
Well, here's the report on the Copper River today. People aren't catching much. So there's a couple guys down there. I think they've been here for a while. They caught 1 king salmon, 1 sockeye salmon, and it's just been slow. So I was down there for probably about an hour, just walking the shoreline, trying different spots. The water seemed pretty good. I was getting in the back eddies and my net was pushed out, but nothing. I might have felt one bump my net, but I can't confirm that. So we're gonna head deeper into the canyon. We're gonna give it another shot. We want to eat some sockeye salmon, so let's go. We're not that far till the end, really. The end's not much further. I'm gonna give it a go. On the aluminum. I don't know why they get so dirty on this.
Well, it didn't go as planned at all. It's been a few hours. Eric hasn't caught anything. we didn't really have a plan B. I was really planning on catching fish. We don't even have one for dinner, which is kind of sad. I'm not gonna complain. We're gonna go back and kind of, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out something because the fish just clearly aren't running up right now. The water's just way too high, and unfortunately, it's only probably gonna get higher in the next few days, which is not good. So we've gotta climb up this steep hill now. This is not a fun one though. It's long and... How the heck did you actually get down there?
Oh, he hit soft. I didn't even know I had one. I was like, I'll pull it up and see, and there he was.
You know what they call that, Eric?
Dinner.
Dinner.
Well, I know we said we were going back to camp to figure things out, but we were already so far out here, we decided to drive further into the canyon. And I mean, I guess it paid off. We got that one right there that I caught, and then I caught one that was about 10 inches. So we let that one go, and maybe we got a good spot here. I caught him after about 2 minutes of having my net in the water. Let's see, I've been in for about 6 minutes, so we'll see if we catch some more. 10:13. I wanted to give it till 10:20. That's 15 minutes of being here. Usually you can catch them in 15 minutes. I want to break my net.
The net or the poles?
My net, that's just right on there. Oh, it's another baby! Dang it!
What is going on here? Get that little guy back here. It's a little sockeye.
Little baby.
Goodbye, little baby. Back to the river you go.
That's a good one.
How many
15 minutes, 3 fish.
Two, 3?
Well, I caught the little one, but
Do you need a big rock or something?
I got a rock right here.
Do you want me to toss you your shrimp?
It's a nice big one.
He's a male.
He is.
What a handsome stud.
Thank you.
That's what I know. Oh no! Oh no!
No!
3 hours in and you dropped him.
I believe that was the only one I've ever dropped.
Yes. Oh, that was a nice fatty.
That was a fat one.
But
That's not even our home.
back to camp. And then we have to make dinner, so.
Oh my gosh.
Nice fish on.
Yeah, look at those.
Really hard for those.
Couple nice Copper River red sockeyes. I guess I could have had 3 if that big one didn't just jump out of the net on me. But we are gonna cook up this little one tonight. That looks like a female, and it's 10:49 p.m. right now. I believe it's gonna take us about an hour to get back to the campsite. We gotta go pretty slow with that little trailer and everything bumping in there. So let's hike up this hill. We'll get loaded up, head back, and at least we know of a good spot to come back to. So this is semi-productive. I think we fished for less than an hour and we got a couple fish, so let's head up.
That was a really good job, honey. You climbed up like 10 hills and down, and you fished for, how many hours did you fish for? 3? Beautiful chunk. That's delicious. We haven't had fresh sockeye in a while. pretty amazing. We've harvested a lot of fish and we've never actually cooked them up this close after harvesting them. So this is an under 2-hour fillet fish that we're eating here. Eric had some salt and pepper. We had some butter with chives in it and then just some lemon on top. So really simple, absolutely delicious. It's good.
No. Dip it in that grill.
Is this cooked yet?
Yeah. Dip it in this stuff.
I don't know why I'm yelling. Probably because of my excitement over
Yeah,
something.
why are you yelling?
Because it's so freaking good, Eric. Okay, I think we're ready for round 2 of fishing. I believe everyone slept well in here, but I haven't been up long enough to ask everybody. And the good news is it's not raining. The bad news is it's still windy, so hopefully we catch some fish. First fish of the day!
Broke the ice. That was what, 5 minutes?
Not even.
Good way to start the morning. She ain't look pretty right now, but these are just some of the best tasting fish. I'm still thinking about that one we ate last night. So we're down very close to where we were fishing last night. I think we're like, I mean, I can see it from here and there's some people fishing there. So we tried this new spot. And I think it's going to be a good spot. Let's see if we can make up for lost time and catch some fish. Oh yeah.
Look at how big it is. Woo. That's a female or male? That's my male. Or that's a girl?
Good job, baby.
I'm in the hole. Not the fish. Just flop her and I can take care of it.
Arielle.
Okay, that makes 4 fish. I think we found a good hole. This is a little bit of a windy spot, but beyond that, it's a really safe spot. So we're gonna both get set up, rope off, and we'll probably both dip net here and see how many fish we can catch.
Oh yeah. That's a big one. Nice. You see the other ones?
Nice! Not too bad!
The fish are in, baby! She did.
Just put it up in the thing and I'll take care of them. We got one!
Felt him in there.
I'd keep it.
Yeah, what do you mean? I would keep it too.
It's not. It's a great size.
That's a nice one.
I'll probably just put these 2 on the stringer. You know that makes 11 then? Okay guys, you're coming with me. Sorry about this. That is a beauty!
Oh my gosh, we got a king!
Hey! That is a beauty, huh?
Give me the stick, give me the stick.
Oh my god! supposed to stick? Oh, okay. Great, that's
It's
such
powerful.
a nice one. Oh my gosh, check this! Whoa! I got the net. Oh, hold on here. Woo! Good job, honey.
Oh my God.
Don't drop it.
That is so heavy. Oh, it feels like a bag of concrete. Oh yeah. Yes. That's a fatty.
What a monster.
I mean, it is. No, you're gonna have to hold him, babe. You're gonna drop him.
I've never seen a fish this big in my life. Oh my gosh!
It's heavy, isn't it?
It's my baby.
Don't slip. I won't.
Oh my gosh! I feel like I'm holding a live animal.
Oh, how much do you think it weighs?
Under 20. Like, honestly, like 12.
What? That is so heavy.
Okay, well, let me feel him again. Oh my gosh! Monster!
King salmon.
Not something you get to experience every day. I mean, hey, good job!
What? Huh?
I'm pretty sure he was in the back. The fish was backwards. Did you notice that's why it dropped out?
I tried to flip him out and I was like, wait.
That's nice.
I didn't even know I had one. That's a nice one. I can't feel this current is so strong that I can't feel these fish. I just have to pull it up every once in a while. That's a beauty.
Good thing I wore my Chitina pants from last year. You get really dirty out here. Eric's doing a lot of the hard work. You have to be pretty strong to hold the net down there. Hole seems fairly productive. We don't know what time it is. We forgot our watch back at camp. I'm guessing it hasn't been over 3 hours since we've been here, and we are up to 20 fish so far, so pretty good. Yep. Woo! Woo! Whoa! That is gonna be fun! Okay, we've got 7 fish. I'm gonna try to take them up the hill. It's not too bad, it's steep, but it's not the worst one by any means. I think I can do this. And then I'm gonna come back and get more. I think you're gonna find it surprisingly not as challenging as last time. I'll try and catch this fish. So you're just deep in that hole?
And not that deep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a king and it's a king and 4 chunkies. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Do you think you could do it?
Yeah, I know I can. Let me tighten this. Okay, catch me some fish. Oh, this is so much better than holding them by hand. Look at this.
Good luck, hon.
I feel like I got a baby on my back.
Go, Eric.
Or like a 10-year-old kid. It's barely holding together.
That net's seen better days.
Yeah, it has.
It's like crazy windy.
It is.
It's really picked up.
Well, that's gonna do it. That's a wrap for the 2023 season out here for us, and we're leaving with 32 sockeyes and 1 huge king salmon. Pretty unexpected that we got our fish this trip, but I'll take it. Another awesome year here.
The rope is like broken here apart because it's sarcasm! Have a blast, babe. You're gonna know what I'm capable of. Oh. Okay, so I can officially lift that amount of weight. Because I used my knees. I used my thighs. Those were all my thighs that lifted that. I'm a bench presser. I really got this. Thank you. We did it! Oh my gosh, Eric actually did all the rest of the other fish. This is 9. I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could do it. I did it, which is really cool. Let's get these to the ice chest. I'm pretty sure we're at full capacity. You know what I ain't gonna do. I will do. But no, let's, I think 2 to 3. In there. We're running out of room there. I think that's the one that's out.
That backpack is something you don't bring to school the next day.
Okay, so this system worked awesome. Eric brought this nifty backpack and we lined it. Clearly it needs to be washed, but it worked amazing. The fish, I know you were probably just getting the hang of us cutting the back fins. The permit that Eric and I have this year requires us to cut the anal fin. So it's just a little bit of a different permit, and that is why we are cutting a different part of the fish. Seems confusing, probably because it is, but that's just the way that the state can identify what you catch. So it's a marker system, so to speak. We're gonna head down the road a little bit. We're gonna try and see if we can process these fish because they are clearly in need at Haley Creek.
Over this way, dude. Bend it. Over.
Oh my gosh, it's misting all the way back here.
Made it down here to the waterfall at Haley Creek, and the water's a little too turbid and high, so we can't get down there to clean our fish. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna gut them this time and put them on ice. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Polaris all the way back to the beginning of the trail. That's called O'Brien Creek, and we're gonna clean our fish there. Put it in the new ice chest.
Yeah. But you can keep putting them in here for now.
That one's already done.
Oh, he's done? Okay, I'll take 2 of them.
Thank you.
Oh no, your body?
Yeah, that's what I like to do after shitting all day is bend over in a creek. That's that. Nice color on the meat.
Is it a girl or a boy?
Girl.
That is wrong.
tons of eggs in this king salmon. It turned out to be a female, and they each have 2 sacks of eggs like this. So we're bringing all the eggs home this trip.
Can I grab it by its thing? Thank you.
Still heavy. That's 4 in that one. Okay, that'll keep it cold.
And then cook that stuff and then add onion and peppers.
Yeah, sorry.
Back at camp, our fish are cleaned up and on ice, and Eric and I are whipping up some delicious hash. We have some local pork, sweet potato, potatoes, onion, and some of our peppers from last year going in there.
See if this works. Go. That.
Yes, that's enough food for me. Thank you, man.
We'll see if we can come back later for vengeance.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
What? The best?
Yes. I just ate a piece of...
And our broken backs. It all adds
No, I'm
up.
going to tell you right now. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My back feels better sleeping in that tent than it does on our mattress.
Awesome hash. The sweet potato in here, that is amazing. So we're gonna finish up this, and it's getting pretty late in the evening. We're gonna hit the sack. We got a bunch of packing to do in the morning, and we're taking off. We're heading back home, and we'll see you guys at the cabin. No joke. That's good.
Best hash ever. We made it back from the wild Copper River. It was a spectacular trip as always. That place is truly amazing, and I know that the water doesn't really quite translate through the camera as intense as it is in person, but it's so scary when you're right there on the edge of it. The color of it is from glacial silt, so it runs off from the glaciers, and that's how it gets that kind of murky color. You really can't even see more than what, like you can't even see it all into the water. And that's part of what makes that river so dangerous. They say that the silt in it will weigh you down if you, for some reason, were to go floating down it, which I imagine no one wants to. That's why we rope off and we wear life vests. Yep. So it was a good trip. Happy we were successful. We're back home now.
Yeah, it's a typical trip for us. We get there, we don't really catch our fish right away, and it seems like the tactic that works the best for us is moving around. So if you're at a spot, give it 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you're not catching anything, move around, and it seems like every time we go there, the further downstream we go, the better we always do. But we got our fish. We did great this trip. Let's get them cleaned up. We got about 30 to do. Do you think we should wipe them in vinegar or anything? Or probably not.
Do you want to clean, when I get some really nice looking like hens or something, I'll clean their heads really well because I got to clean under the gills. use the stuff for his bait.
So it's a pretty easy process today. These fish are already gutted. We did them out there in the river, so all I'm doing right now is I'm taking fillets out of these. I think on a few of them we're also gonna do some steaks, which is just like big chunks we'll cut out of the fish. We did that last year and we really liked eating those ones. And a couple years ago I started using these rubber gloves. I don't use them because I don't like touching fish. The only reason I use them is the cold water. So if you have like 30 something fish you're processing and you're down in a creek in Alaska rinsing them off, it is extremely cold. Or if you're using water straight out of our well, it's extremely cold. So these keep your hands a lot warmer and makes the process go a little easier for me. Gosh, this is the best meat in the world right here. Oh my gosh, this is a huge fillet.
So what I'll do, hun, is I'll save some big ones like that for steaks.
Okay, that's a fillet right there. Man,
That's all the fat.
I know, I was saying that one had a lot of belly
She's
fat.
a lady. You know what I mean? We first tried the salmon bellies sometime last year and decided that we loved them. So that's like where they carry the most fat. And these fish in particular have a lot of fat on them. You can see the little white ribbons running down their bodies, especially the belly area. We've kind of changed how we process them over the years. I think it really just depends on how we gutted them this time.
Yeah.
So it's obviously easiest to do it the slice method how you're doing. But I don't think that's normally how you process them, huh? Do you?
Well, we learned the butterfly method last year, which is a really cool method because you keep the two fillets connected to the belly and then you can slice out the belly in like one big chunk. So you got two nice fillets and a big belly piece. That's a really awesome way to do it. But like Arielle said, we already cut the belly straight down. So we're leaving the belly attached to the fillets and that's the belly down there. You can see it's like it's got more white in it. It's got more white between the meat, so.
This is what I'm doing over here. I am just running along the body with a little ice cream scooper. We've been doing that for years. You get this lovely meat out of it, which is awesome for really anything. You can chop it up, make it into patties, or just have ground fish meat. This is gonna be a different year for us because we don't have a smoker anymore. We took apart our smoker last year. We took apart our smoker. It was kind of done for, and we knew we were going to need to build a new one here, but we just haven't had time yet. So in the future we hope to do that. We still have a lot of canned salmon, so we usually get our salmon and can it for like a year in advance, so we're good to go on that. And most of this meat is going to be going into the freezer for us to have for fresh eating this summer. The carcasses either go in the compost or they go to the chickens, and we usually we call it chum. We usually make like a fish soup for our dogs. But with Bandit's new diet, I'm only going to be making a little bit this year for Bo. But there's just so much you can do with these carcasses and with all the parts of the fish. I couldn't imagine leaving it behind at the river, so we take them home.
It's a nice little female right here.
You know how much longer that would take if you processed them at the river too, like a fillet?
Oh, it would take a long time.
That's why sometimes people are there for a long time.
Look at this. I mean, come on.
Beautiful. Those could just get thrown in with the fillets because we're not going to get confused. Oh, why was I thinking I had to?
That is a beauty. Okay, this is what we are left with out of one side. Get that little fin off there of the salmon. So you got these two absolutely massive fillets. I don't know if there's a taste difference, at least that I can detect in these, but this one is the body and you will have to pick the bones out of that with some tweezers. That's a nice thick piece of meat, but the tail piece, that is my absolute favorite. There's no bones in here, just absolutely beautiful, pure meat. We got a bucket full.
always forget. We get quite a bit of packages of this stuff too, you know, to add on to the meals. I never factor in the meals from this.
Yeah, that's true.
Turned into quite a rainy day out here. So Eric and I have saved quite a few of the fish heads and some tails for like a soup we're going to be making. We have made fish stock before, but I don't know why. It just wasn't up our alley. It just wasn't something we found that we used. So I don't know if we'll try it again.
Too fishy, in my opinion.
It was a little too fishy. Maybe we used too much fish. Maybe you need just one head.
I never made a meal and I was like, this could use more fishy flavor, so we didn't really use it very much. My feet are the only thing that are warm because I have wool socks and boots on.
Oh. I got Keens and socks.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm not cold. I'm just...
This is the last sockeye, and she is a big beauty. And then we're moving on to the king salmon.
I wish you said that to me.
She's
She's slippery. Maybe we could eat some skin off this one.
Well, you have, yeah, sure, you can do it. I can take some.
Remember we used to always eat the skin?
This is officially the biggest fish I've ever filleted.
Look at the tail. She's so big. Oh, you're just going for it, Eric. You're wild.
What else would I do?
Take your time, but I mean, guess why not? What do you like putting it next to me for comparison?
That's huge!
I mean, that's insane. Like Eric said, we've never had a king salmon. We've actually never even really targeted them, so this is a real, I guess, treat, we'll say.
It is.
We're excited to cook some up. That's what we're going to be doing, is cooking up a fillet, not a whole fillet.
No, that is the biggest fillet I think I've ever seen in person. I think it's awesome. It's huge.
We know those are a different.
Yeah.
I have to tell you right now, if I was going to make like a sugary canned one, I would use this fish. It looks better. There you have it. Eric did a great job processing all these fish. That's the difference between a sockeye fillet, a pretty large one too, and a king salmon fillet. I think it was a pretty big king salmon, but I know they get a lot bigger than that. And this is what it looks like chopped up or cut into a little section. And you can see the ribbons of fat. These fish are just super rich in oil. They have a huge cultural and culinary significance in Alaska and probably even around the world. I know people like to cook these fish up. We've been able to fish the Copper River for a few years, and these fish really are amazing. They just have so much flavor. They say it's because of the fat that's stored in their body for their super long journey. It's like 300 miles for some of them, and I think that river is just gnarly, so they really have to be prepped to do that journey. We're gonna get these packaged up, and then hopefully we can get some on the grill.
I think it's official. This is the most salmon we have ever vacuum packed at one time, because we usually can a lot of it. So we weighed the buckets and we had like 85 pounds of just fillets, and some of these are just looking like absolutely gorgeous. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cook up some king salmon for dinner.
Round two, we were cooking up our fish. Went to go fire up the grill and it just started raining quite a bit more. So we were like, after we cleaned up, let's just wait until it's a nice day. We had a nice day today. We've been working around the yard, getting a lot of stuff done, and it is time to try king salmon.
King salmon, and we got one belly right here off of the sockeye. A big piece. We're gonna enjoy that. And we did some fresh ground pink Himalayan sea salt and pink peppercorn. So this is just salt and pepper on here. We're gonna cook this up in some coconut oil. We're gonna do it kind of like on a high heat, and we're gonna put a nice char on it. Look at this fillet though. I mean, this is just, it's one of the most beautiful fillets I've ever seen. And this is the king salmon. Let's throw her in.
I really love when Eric cooks it in the coconut oil because it's just really mild and simple. You don't have that flavor of butter. That pink peppercorn is really, they say it's like fruity, and it's I mean, it's just
Oh,
really
yeah.
like obvious. It's
Smells
different.
way different.
Way different. And we're gonna have an iceberg salad. It is iceberg lettuce, of course, some celery, gorgonzola cheese, and cucumbers.
Nice. You're
Time to
wrapping?
eat! Yes! Which one's yours?
So the big piece and the belly, those just finished, but the tail finished the first, so we got that on there. We're going for the tail
First taste.
of king salmon.
Yes.
5 years in Alaska, this is our first one. Let's do it together.
You'd be surprised, but there's actually a lot of notable differences between the species of fish.
And these are Copper River king salmon, so this is as good as it gets.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we've got to formulate our opinions. Eating fresh salmon in summer every night, I don't know why it just doesn't get old. It hasn't gotten old for me and you. Because when we don't have any salmon left over beyond canned, and to have fresh fillets to just eat now every night I'm really, really thrilled about it. It's like my favorite way to cook it. Just light, it's crispy.
Yeah.
It's crispy. It's got this gorgeous coating, and
That's absolutely delicious. It's salty.
it is salty.
That pink Himalayan sea salt, if you've ever had that, it's, for some reason, in my opinion, it's a little saltier than like kosher salt, which we always use, kosher salt. So we did a lot of salt and pepper on there. It's salty, it's crispy, the flavor's delicious. It's like juicy. Is it the fat?
It is absolutely delicious. I snuck a bite earlier, and I was going to say, to me, this tastes, I can't say it's similar, but we fished for silver salmon on a river last year, and I don't know what it was about those salmon, because they don't travel a long distance, but they seemed really like oily and fatty to me, and silver salmon usually don't carry, I believe, that much fat in comparison to king salmon and sockeyes, but would you remember those tasted really good?
They had a flavor.
Yes, these taste...
I don't know if this one has a flavor. It just tastes really, really fresh and mild and delicious. No, obviously no fishy flavor at all. It's so fresh.
And the texture, it's a hair softer than sockeyes.
It is a little softer, but not mushy.
The sockeye always has that real gorgeous salmon color that we know. And I mean, it still pulls through when it's cooked. It's still more orangey. But they're both very good. What do you think? I like them both.
Well, that's the belly. That's like the best part right there, the sockeye. I'm gonna say that
I like them both.
I still like sockeye the best. This particular one, Copper River. You know what? I don't know. They're both really good.
I kid you not, when Eric and I were cleaning up where we processed the king salmon, there was actual oil in the water.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that before when I'm cleaning our fish off. So there was oil secreting out of the fish, into like an oil spill. It was pretty amazing.
Almost like when you spill gas or something on the
Yeah.
ground, you see the little rainbow in there. The fish was putting off that oil.
So it's obvious that we are very excited about this fish, very grateful for the experience, and we are not sure if we're going to be able to fish anymore this year. Hopefully we'll be able to get back out there and do some other adventures, but I know we've got to get back to work on the Quonset Hut, so.
We do, but that was an awesome trip. We didn't catch the fish at first. We ended up catching them. I'm really excited to have this fish. I'm pretty excited on the king salmon. That was awesome, and we're gonna get cleaned up. We might eat that extra piece of fish, and we'll see you guys next time.
We can make second plates.
Well, yeah, I probably will.
There's a lot more salad inside.
I don't know. Try it. Here.
I say we make
Here.
another salad.
Try this bite right here. Wait till you're done.
What's that?
Close your eyes and just enjoy. Tell me what you think about that. Like greasy, oily, fatty, delicious.
We gotta talk about how you can get that good of a crust from the oil in the cast iron and the fish.
Yeah. But what do you think about that?
I just don't even believe it's salmon. It still doesn't taste like real salmon. It tastes like some other mixture of creatures because it's
so
that
good.
rich.